Jim Furyk, 5 under, 66. Jim, an impressive and speedy round of golf. Talk us through what was working well today.
Well, the putter for one. Yesterday I felt like I hit a lot of good putts and struggled just kind of with the reads and had a lot of putts that weren't real definitive yesterday, maybe breaking 2 different ways. Burned a lot of edges, and that really, I wasn't hitting the ball that well, so put a lot of stress on the putter to start with, and then I did knock a lot of putts in. So today I kind of got off to a good start. Made a good save at 2 with the putter, long putt at 3, pretty good long, good save at 5, pretty good putt at 6. Just saw some stuff go in, and long putt at 10 for eagle. So really, I think that took a little stress off the rest of my game. And when you see some putts going in, you feel like you can make a mistake here or there. The putter might clean it up, and I think just relaxing like that allows you to hit the ball a little better too. So it was nice to see some putts go in early and kind of keep the pedal down on that back 9. To go birdie 15 and 16 and hit a great putt at 17 that coulda, shoulda, and didn't left the first one at 18 short, but kind of rest of the day knocked in a 5-footer to kind of finish it off. So I hit the ball more solid today. I hit a lot more fairways. I put myself in good positions, and then the putter, it wasn't the most crisp or the most clean round, but the putter definitely was the story today, as it was yesterday, to be honest with you, just to the other way.
Can you talk us through the eagle at 10?
Yeah, it's playing about, not accounting for the uphill, it's about 260 to the front today, and for me, a little uphill, just kind of a good solid drive, and I thought I could fly it right around the front edge. I think I flew it 2 or 3 yards on, and it had some height to it, so it actually stopped on the green and about pin high, about 30 feet right of the pin, and about a 2 feet break right to left, and was able to kind of pour one in and sneak it in the right side. So good way to jump start the back 9. I bogeyed 7, a little stall there, and pars at 8 and 9, and then to kind of get that momentum is always nice. Didn't make another birdie until 15, but made some good putts at 15 and 16 as well.
We're going to go on your right.
What have you kind of learned throughout your career when you have a late round like that doesn't go well, and then you got a quick turnaround, easy early tee time?
It's the good news, bad news. The good news is you get right back out on the golf course, so you can kind of put it aside, go play golf, if that makes sense. Bad news is, you want a little time to kind of think about what went wrong and right. What I needed to work on this morning on the range. So I got up a little early this morning. I got to the range early. I was the first one out there, and wanted to make sure I hit some shots and kind of work through some things. I didn't like the way I drove the ball yesterday, and actually just I didn't like much about yesterday. I made some bad decisions. I didn't hit the ball very well. I thought I putted well. I just didn't make anything. But the good news is you get that quick turnaround. So you can, if you play a bad round in the morning and you have to wait till a late tee time like Thursday, Friday.
Right.
Bad news is you got to sit on it for a long time. Good news is you have time to go practice in the morning and work on the things you can do. So you just try to find the positives and get back out on the golf course. And I looked at kind of where even par was when the morning started, and thought about if I could work my way back towards that over the weekend. Have a good finish, whatever it may be. But to kind of knock that putt in at 16, get back to even, and now I put myself in a pretty decent position for the tournament.
Did you know where you stood the last couple holes yesterday in regard to the cut?
Yeah, it was on all the boards. They had a projected cut up there. I wasn't sure how much I could trust it, so I was really hoping to get to 4, but kind of let my guard down at 18. I missed that little one. It was probably 2 feet, and just was hopeful when I went to the scoring tent that the lack of concentration there wasn't going to cost me, missing the cut and playing on the weekend, especially here close to home.
Here on your left.
Did you get a good night's sleep? And what was it you were working on in the range this morning? Was it the driver?
A little everything, really. I'd been just making some swings that I wasn't comfortable with, and didn't feel real consistent, and kind of had my dad with me. I actually aimed. It's kind of alternating, kind of draws and cuts, and working on working the ball a little bit more, and I'd hit a couple down the right side of the range with a draw, a couple up the left side of the range with a cut, and I did that with both my irons and my woods, and just trying to get some timing back and kind of get a feel where body and club. I just didn't feel like yesterday everything was working well together. I felt like my timing was off, my rhythm was off, and and getting out there and seeing shots and shapes for me kind of gets my rhythm and timing back. So just trying to figure that out and feel a little more comfortable with the 3-wood and the driver, because I didn't feel like I got those in play as well as I needed to.
Right. Despite the relatively early hour, did you find a lot of people out there following you today?
There was. Even on the first tee, there was a ton of people out, and great reception this morning, and really cool to come back to Pennsylvania and see all the folks. And kind of the crowds have grown. I thought we had a pretty decent crowd for as bad as the weather was on Thursday, but I kind of felt bad that I had a nice crowd yesterday, and I didn't play very well, and didn't really give them much to cheer for. So it was nice to get out there today and hit some good shots and shoot a good number.
Thanks.
To Brian on your right.
Jim, what type of golf course will the leaders later today encounter, and maybe 1 or 2 holes that could have an impact on who's leading at the end of the day?
Yeah, I think 10 could be significant just because of the opportunity. You could have a big turnaround there. Guys going for it. You could see a bunch of birdies. You could see some bogeys as well. I made a 2, so get on there and make a putt. There's some very difficult pins right now. The golf course is still receptive, and the greens are receptive. So if a guy gets out there and is hitting good solid shots, you can go out and shoot a good round. I see it out there because of the conditions. I want no parts of this golf course right now firm. If these greens got really firm, it'd be a whole different ball game. Even par would be an incredible score.
Right.
Some of the pins. Got one on the top shelf at 11. You could see some crazy stuff happen there. 12's no bargain. 13 is in a wow spot. And I played with Gavin Coles, and he hit it like that. I had a 20-footer, and I was trying to cozy it up there as much as I could. I was thinking if I hit a putt anywhere near his hybrid back there, it would be awesome. But that one is a wow. 16. That's a pin where you'll see some threes. If you get it on that little shelf, you got a short birdie putt. If you don't, you have a 70-footer, and you're going to see some 3s and 5s there. So I think you're going to see some big swings. 17's in a good spot. I mean, there aren't many flat spots on these greens, so I think the guy that has the most difficult job of the week is the guy who has to set the golf course up and put the pins on, because there's some greens like 16 that are massive, but there really aren't 4 pins on that green. There's 3. So kind of curious to see where he goes tomorrow. Yeah. He's covered all 3 so far.
Well, great playing today. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
Okay.